show you two fun watercolor techniques. The first one is called masking technique and the second one is called crayon resist technique. Using these two techniques, we are going to make a winter landscape. So first thing you need to do is get some masking tape and make some trees out of it. Now masking tape is pretty easy to work with. You can just rip it up to make thick and thin branches and say this is my tree, and I can create branches. One thing you need to remember about trees when you're creating branches is that the end which is connected to the trunk is always skinny, and as it is wide, and as it goes up it becomes skinny. Pause it. So now that I have my tree, which shows a winter tree with no leaves on it and bare branches, I can be ready to show you the second technique. For both these watercolor techniques, you need to prep the area before you start applying paint. Just gonna go ahead and add a few more branches here and there. So pay attention how my fat areas are connected to the branches, and as it goes up it gets skinny. So for my next technique, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some snowflakes using crayon. So this one is Crayola twistable crayon, but you can use pretty much any crayon for this project. So I'm basically just going to make some X's, and I'm going to make sure I have like 6 ends to it. But as you know, any kind of oh my gosh, this is not working. Any kind of snowflake usually has 6 ends, and then you can just keep adding a pattern to it. For this one, I'm using a blue one. I don't have the lightest color. That should be 6 to 8, whatever works for you. So I'm just going to use the blue crayon because the white is not really showing well on this paper, and that's it. And I keep adding. So now I'm going to add a few more gray ones. I have this gray crayon. Hopefully it'll work. Maybe it'll show up better. And then you just keep adding pattern to it. Like the mini snowflakes. You can even do some circles here and there. So the thing about the snowflakes, each and every snowflake is unique, so you don't have to worry about it being perfectly symmetrical. I mean, it is symmetrical, but you don't have to be worried about it being like perfect, because it's not gonna show up that way anyways. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm going to take a wide brush and dip it in paint. So any blue paint or purple paint should work for this, and make it like super wet, and then just create a wash. Apparently this is purple. I'm gonna take some blue as well, and then you can just let the colors mix up. It works just fine. So normally a winter sky will be blue, purple. So you can just go ahead and add some blue and purple to it. However, I do realize that when I put the blue crayon down, it's better if I make it purple. You can go ahead and add some pink to it as well. Make sure my red is not too red. Have to be careful. Yeah, my red is too red, so that can be like a winter sunset now. And then just go ahead and I'll keep applying paint and water to get like a winter wonderland scene. So as I can see, my crayon with the white didn't work that well, but if you have a real crayon and not like this skinny crayon, it will work just fine. I don't know if you can see it that well. So now that I have my I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I'm just adding like a clean brush of water, and it's basically wet on wet technique, but it kind of works. So now, while my background is still wet, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add some salt to it. The salt on the background is gonna give it like a snowing effect. So as you can see, I have some salt. I'm just gonna take the salt and sprinkle it everywhere. So the beauty of salt, what it does is it absorbs the moisture on the paper. So if you feel like your paper is getting dry, you can always go back and add more water to it. It's just gonna work just fine. So go ahead, add more salt. And remember, we don't take the salt off immediately. We have to wait for it to dry before we can take the salt off.